What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, depending on when you get to hear this. It is I again, your old pal Brent here. We're going to be doing the Extra Point Volume 2, getting into Week 3 here. But before we go any further, let me bring my boy in, Mr. Casa. What's going on, baby?
What's up, man? How we doing?
We're doing good, man. We're doing very, very good. It seems as though, and we'll go over it real quick, you have evened the season standings so far at one apiece. You beat me by one. Going through the recap, what was your favorite game of the week or weekend?
Now I have to kind of look. Man, that's a good question. A very good question. Let's see. I wish I would have seen that. I wish I would have seen that Cowboys Falcon game. That probably would have been my favorite.
Oh man,
I was kind of busy with when that happened. You know what? The one I did get a chance to watch that I really liked. Where is it at? Seahawks and Patriots.
Yeah,
and that was a pretty damn good game. Pretty good game. Yeah, that's probably right. Again, if I would have seen the Cowboys one, maybe that would have been my favorite one. But yeah, definitely the Seahawks and Patriots was a real good one that I got to watch.
Right on. Yeah, my favorite obviously is the Falcons Cowboy game, and I was doing so much yelling and cursing and just so like upset the first three quarters of the game. And then I can't believe how it ended with that little with the onside kick, and the Falcons just kind of let it go, and I'm like, what are they doing? There's no way. My God, we got the ball. I was like, there's no way this is gonna work.
I saw at one point in the fourth quarter they had like a 2% chance of winning that game.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy stuff.
It's pretty wild that we came back and won that game. We were down 20-0 in the first quarter. In the first quarter, we gave up the ball or turned it over, either turnover on downs, or we gave up the ball, either fumble, 5 times in the first quarter, and the Falcons were up 20-0, and the Cowboys ended up coming back 40-39, which was frickin' insane. But whatever, man. I mean, my favorite game of the week. But the Browns beat the Bengals. You had picked the Browns. I went the Bengals. You just went Oppo Taco on me on that one. So you got that one. We both picked the Cowboys. Thank the good Lord, baby. Jesus! They won. Mm-hmm. I had the Bears. You had the Giants coming back. Saquon Barkley did get hurt. We'll talk about some of the guys that did get hurt here in a bit. We both picked the Packers. We both went Titans over the Jags. We both went Vikings, and the Colts came out and whooped that ass, which was a little bit surprising. But hey, things happen. It's the NFL. You never know. Any given Sunday, like they say. The Bills over the Dolphins. We both had the Bills. We both had the Niners. We both picked the Eagles to beat the Rams, but the Eagles are looking very, very pigeony. They're not looking very good.
No, I agree.
Rams came out and did work. Well, they did work-ish. But it was enough to beat the Eagles, and that should say something.
Mm-hmm.
We both picked the Steelers beating the Broncos. No surprise there. The Steelers beat the Broncos. I'm okay with that. Bucks and Panthers. I had the Panthers beating the Bucks because I thought they'd bounce back. Lo and behold, CMC, Mr. Christian McCaffrey, to all the fantasy football owners out there who had the first pick and thought they were golden. Welcome to the NFL, sir. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NFL, because things happen. You never know. He's going to be out at least 6 to 8 weeks, they're saying. He's going to try and come back sooner, but, man, with that kind of talent, you want to just say, hey, man, just take your time. Take your time. We both had the Cardinals beating Washington, no-name football team. We both picked the Chiefs, Ravens, Seahawks, and then we both picked the Saints. But the Raiders, I think, was the surprise of the weekend. The Raiders came out and beat the Saints at home at the new Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Raiders. What's their stadium called?
Damn, I know. Oh, I'm not sure, but it's definitely the Las Vegas Raiders, right?
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's the first time NFL has been out there in Las Vegas officially, and the Raiders did not disappoint. They made it a game. I think everybody was surprised. I think everybody had the Saints win that game, and I mean, you got to look at the AFC West now. The Raiders are going to be right there with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Not so much the Chargers, the Broncos, or the who else is over there in the AFC East or West? Chargers. There's the Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, and the other team's not that important, I guess, because we can't remember. We can't figure out who it was.
I'll think of it right now.
I mean, they're right in front of us on the paper. The Cardinals? No, the Cardinals are in the NFC.
No.
Chiefs,
right
Chargers, Ravens, Texans. Texans are in the AFC West. Which
They
I don't.
are?
Yeah. They're not in the South, is it?
No, it's Chiefs, Vegas, Chargers, and Denver. Just 4.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Yeah.
Anyway. But I think that was pretty amazing. We went out to eat last night, and we went to this little marisco spot because they had mole, and Judy was having some mole cravings. And but right next to it was an outdoor patio bar they had going on, and oh my God, the Raider fans were out in full force. I mean, I know the Cowboys fans have some rowdy-ish fans, but oh my God, the Raider fans. They did not know to say quit. Like, it was just one of those things. There's one guy, all he kept doing was, Raiders! Raiders! I was like, oh my God, somebody hit him with the car. Like, somebody put a beer in front of him, let him drink or something. Jesus, have him stop. But by the end of the night, last night, Artie had 12 correct out of, I'm not sure, 12, 13, 14, 15, out of 16 games. I had 11 out of 16 games. So Artie has tied the season picks 1-1. I won the first week. He won the second week. We're getting into the second week here, guys. And then we'll get into some injuries. As we get to the games, Artie, where you know they have the injuries, kind of chime in on those as we go there. But first, we got the Dolphins and Jags. I got the Jags. Artie, who you going with?
Let's see here. Dolphins and Jags. I got to go Minshew Mania, right?
Heck yeah.
Jags.
Hell yeah. He's going to make it happen. I know they lost this last weekend, but they're definitely going to come back and handle business this week. We got Dallas and Seattle. I got to stick with my boys, even though I'm very nervous about it. It's a shot in the dark pick.
Call.
It's a shot in the dark
call.
pick. I'm going to.
Easy call.
You're going Seattle. Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. They lost my face. I mean, I more, I told you secretly, I know I pester you about your Cowboys and stuff, and I do cheer for your guys' teams. It doesn't, again, I just don't feel loyal to like the Rams yet, but
yeah,
like, that's it, man. I see what I see, and I just don't think they're that good, man. I think they're a little bit overrated. I hope they get better for your sake, but they are depleted. They're missing a lot of guys, dude, especially on the secondary. Yeah. I'm sorry, not secondary, on defense.
The defense and the offensive line.
The offensive line, yep. So, I mean, let's call it what it is, man. I personally think Seattle is one of the best teams in the NFL. Like, I think
they're top 3.
I would pay right now to see Seattle and the Chiefs go at it, bro. Like, I would pay to watch that on pay-per-view, let me tell you.
Well, they're going to have a crazy Monday night game because it's the Chiefs and Ravens.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So after we saw what happened to the Falcons this last week, when we saw what the Bears did, who do you think is going to win the third game, Bears or the Falcons? I had the Falcons beating the Bears. I think they're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder, and they're not going to let Trubisky do anything. What do you got?
I mean, I think the Falcons showed you who they were against the Cowboys, so I think they're definitely beatable. I don't think they want to go 0-3 to start the season, right? I don't think did they win the first game?
No, they
lost,
not.
Right?
Yeah, they lost the first game.
Yeah,
so now
I don't see them coming out. And both games they did fairly well. They just came on the short end of the stick.
No, actually, you know what? Actually, they won the first game. They were 1-0 because they were saying this would be the first time the Falcons would have gone 2-0 since like 1992 or something like that.
Oh wow! Okay.
So you going with the Bears or the Falcons?
The Falcons.
I didn't get the if this guy does this and then that guy does that, and then if they recover a fumble, then the Falcons will definitely still win.
Right.
We got the Bills and Rams. That's going to be a bit of a better game, offense versus definitely a better defense. I think I'm going with the Bills on this one. I think the Bills just have a little bit too much offense for the Rams defense. If Darnold can get in there and disrupt the Bills offense, I mean, they got a shot. But if they can somehow double, triple team Darnold and keep the offense moving. I think the Bills got this one. What do you think?
It's at Bills, right?
Yes.
Yeah, when it's close, take the home team. So I'll take the Bills too. I really want to take the Rams on that, but I'm going to take the Bills.
Okay. We got the Washington No Names versus the Brown Colors.
I think the Browns are coming up on this particular team, on this particular season. I think they're going to be a little bit better than everybody expected them. Washington is better than I expected, but until they start feeding that rookie Gibson more, like they're just going to find themselves not doing very well, you know?
Yeah. Next up, we got the Titans and the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings after that hard loss they just had this weekend. I think they're going to come back and win. The Titans have been looking a little stumbly-ish. They're not using King Henry in the way I think they should be using him, so I think they still stumble a little bit. I think the Vikings take advantage. Vikings get this one. I take that as you're going for the Titans?
I think I'm taking the Titans on this one. I'll take the Titans. I feel like Henry's due to bust one out. Vikings didn't look very good. Cousins looked particularly bad. See, the Vikings look like kind of what I was maybe expecting them to look like the week before, because I really felt like Cousins doesn't have two elite receivers anymore. He has just one, and I feel like they could shadow and shut him down, you know?
Yeah. All right, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Who we got next? Raiders and the Patriots. Oh, my goodness. See, before Monday night, I would have said Patriots all the way. But after Monday night, man, the Raiders look good. I don't know if they're going to beat Cam and the Patriots, but they got a really good shot if they play the way they did this past weekend. They are playing in New England, so that may do something. Maybe I'm going to take the Patriots because they're playing in New England. Just because home field, maybe there's a camera or something that helps them out. But I'm going to take the Patriots on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots too. I just think they're the better team. You saw the kind of run that they gave against the Seahawks, who I thought was a legit team. They took them all the way to the end and really gave them a good fight, man. And I just think the Raiders have been getting a little bit lucky. You know, I don't think they're as good as their 2-0 record signifies.
Yeah.
I think they stole one for sure. If Michael Thomas was healthy, I don't think that game's quite like that. So, yeah, I'll definitely take the Patriots on that one.
All right. 49ers and Giants. I know
talk about the walking wounded game right there, huh?
Garoppolo's not doing too great. Kittle's not doing good. Raheem Moster's not doing good.
And their backup running back is not good too.
Oh my God! It's
not to mention Bosa's hurt. Like, man, dude, they're walking wounded.
Battle of the broke dicks.
Yeah. And the Giants aren't that good of a team. I know Barkley's gone.
Yeah.
But geez, they're not a good team even with Barkley.
That's all they had. All they had was Barkley, and they were using him to be like, okay, let's go play action and try and get some passes to move the ball around. But without Barkley, you're really not going to have anybody that's going to be able to draw that defense in to be able to throw some passes down the field. For as battered as they are, I'm going to take my boy Evans Niners on this one.
Yeah. Jeez Louise.
It's a nice grumble.
Man.
What are you doing?
I'm thinking the Giants, man. I'm going to take the Giants.
You're going Giants? All right.
I'm going Giants. Why? I don't know. Home team. I wouldn't in doubt pick the home team.
All right. We got the Bengals and the Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles on this one. I really don't want them to win, but I feel like they're going to finally pull this one out. The Bengals have been looking mediocre. They've had instances or flashes of greatness or goodness, I should say, not greatness. But I don't know, man. They're going into Philadelphia, and if they have any fans there, it's definitely going to be hostile environment. It's still the Eagles. It's still Philadelphia. I think the Eagles beat out the Bengals on this one.
Yeah, I think the Eagles. I think the Bengals are just bad, man. I was expecting them to be better. They're just not very good. I mean, they're just not a good team. The Eagles have been playing, I think, worse than they actually are. I don't think they're good. like that good, but they're not as bad as I think they've been playing. And I feel like this is going to be a make or break game kind of for Carson Wentz. They might bench his ass pretty soon here if he has a bad game against the Eagles. I can see them benching him.
It's possibly there. The possibility is right there. It's on the cusp. Next up, we got the Steelers and the Texans. I'm going with the Steelers, man. I'm going with the hot hand right now. Ben Roethlisberger's looking really, really good. He's looking really solid. I'm going to go. They got Juju. Juju's still making moves. I'm going to go with the Steelers on this one, man.
Well, the one that's looking better, I think, is Johnson from Pittsburgh. That dude looked good this past week. I really like the Steelers. I think they're going to win that division, man. They just look good. They feel like they're gelling well together. Connor came out and had a breakout game. I don't think anybody expected him to play that well, because he was supposed to be, like kind of limited on snaps type of thing, and then all of a sudden he came out and just went bonkers. Basically, what everybody thought he was going to do week 1, he did week 2.
Yeah. All right, we both going Steelers there. Jets and Colts. I'm going with the Colts. I learned my lesson. I'm going to go with the Colts. Who do you got going on?
Oh, yeah, that's an easy call, I think, too. I mean, obviously, we're going to have some upsets here because it seems like there's a lot of one-sided affairs on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the Jets, they're same thing. They don't have their running back. They don't have their top 2 receivers. Perryman got hurt. So did forgot the other dude's name. Winston? Is it? No, not Winston. It's Jamison Crowder. Jamison Crowder got hurt. So yeah, dude, that's an easy call. Go with the Colts there. I mean, the Colts lost the running back, but the one that they got going right now, the youngsters, damn, he looks good. Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to the Panthers and the Chargers. The Chargers almost stole one from the Chiefs. The Chiefs actually dropped down in the power rankings. They were a solid number 1, and then they dropped to number 2 now, with the Ravens going up to number 1. I think the Chargers can steal this one from the Panthers, with the Panthers being banged up the way they are right now without having CMC there.
I think you're right. I think they could steal one, but I'm going to go with the Panthers on that one.
Ooh, right on.
Panthers. Yeah.
We got the Buccos. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just think it's Tyrod Taylor, got having those chest pains and stuff like that. Who knows? They're not using Eckler very well at the running back slot. So, and Allen hasn't had a very good game this year. He's due for one. So maybe that's a good thing they got going on for them. But I don't know, man. They don't look too hot.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We got the Buccos and Broncos. Sorry, Ramon. I'm going with the Buccos on this one. Tom looked good. He looked composed. He looked like he was doing work. They lost against the Seahawks, but I think they turned it around this game and beat the Broncos, definitely. I think that might be I'm going to go with that. That's my lock of the week. Freaking Tampa Bay beats the Broncos. Maybe not handedly, but I'm going to go with by 8.
That's funny. I easily take the Bucks as well too. I think they have their quarterbacks hurt. Broncos quarterbacks hurt. Mm-hmm. Their number 1 receiver is hurt, so they're gonna have to rely on the run a little more. I like that tight end Fant though. That dude's pretty damn good.
I love that guy.
The Bucks, I still feel like they haven't even gotten into like second gear type of thing. They are slow out of the gates and they're 1-1, but I feel like they're gonna hit the gas pedal eventually. And Godwin wasn't. He was a late game scratch last week, and Gronk hasn't even made an appearance this year. I think he had like 1 catch. He's been brutal. So I feel like something's gonna happen here, and I feel like the Broncos are gonna be the whooping boy for the Bucks.
There you go. You heard it here first, guys. We got the Lions and Cardinals and Bears. Oh my! I'm going with the Cardinals on this one. I think the Cardinals are just coming off they're looking really good as well, man. I got NFC South or West, NFC West. Of all the NFC West, I think the Cardinals are going to surprise a lot of people. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals are pretty easy. Pick on that one as well too, especially if they don't have Galladay. That's always easy. They don't have Galladay, they're not going anywhere. They don't have a running game. Stafford is on the tail end of his career. He's not he's not rising anymore. So yeah, Cardinals are looking good.
Right on. I think we are both on top of that one. Kyler Murray is actually looking really, really, really good. I'm glad I got him in a couple leagues just as a secondary. But he's looking like maybe I should be putting him in first. So we'll see how it goes this weekend. We got the Packers and Saints. Say it ain't so. The Aints. I got the Packers. I'm going to ride with the hot arm and go with the Packers. What do you got?
I will take the Packers as well too. Just because Aaron Jones looked really good, and when you get the running game going, I think it's Aaron Jones' time right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Aaron Rodgers understands when to use Aaron Jones, when not to use him. So, yeah, man, I think it's his time. I just really like it. I really like them.
Right on. And here's the big one now. Monday Night Football. Are you ready for some football? The Chiefs and the Ravens. Man. Battle of the MVPs. Battle of the AFC Championship game last year. Chiefs versus Ravens. Ravens are at home. I'm going with the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is just going to outplay him. What do you got, man?
Jeez Louise.
I mean, Mark Ingram finally started playing like Mark Ingram this last week. He was lost in the sauce week 1. Week 2 came back out. I mean,
I just think the Chiefs could turn it on and off whenever they want. You know, they're one of those teams that could really do that. So I think, that makes them really dangerous. You know,
somebody's gonna wake up feeling dangerous in the Chiefs locker room. I tell you.
So it just feels like someone takes over every week, and Mahomes, whenever he wants to turn it on, man, like he could just turn it on and just carry that team and be unstoppable offensively, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll take the Chiefs on that one too.
Right on. The picks have been made, guys. Take them to the bank. Take them to the betting, wherever you're betting. Take them over there and say, hey, man, this is what I got. I'm going with these guys. I'm going with that guys. There's so much. It's week 2. This is everybody who's gotten hurt in week 2. Ready? Marlon Mack, Kenny Galladay, A.J. Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Chris Godwin, Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert, Drew Lock, Tyrod Taylor, Cam Akers, Paris Campbell, Sammy Watkins, Cortland Sutton, oh my God, Michael Thomas, George Kittle, Devontae Adams, Christian McCaffrey, and finally Saquon, say it ain't so, Barkley. Yes, he's hurt. He's done for a while at least. High ankle sprain, I believe it was. Oh, no, he had the MCL? ACL? What did Saquon have?
The torn ACL.
Yeah. Saquon, say it ain't so, but you were gone for the years, sir. You should not be coming back, and especially now with the Giants team the way it looks right now. But it's a rough one out there, man. Do you think not having that preseason is definitely messing with these guys' bodies?
I mean, I don't know, dude. You know, one thing's interesting, though. I don't know about that. I mean, I think it's football, dude. These dudes always get hurt. Like, football's always like that. There's always going to be some major injuries to some major players, you know? Every year. That's like everybody's biggest fear is like, oh, man, like if I lose my first-round pick, you know? But, I mean, like we had Michael Thomas go down week 1. Galladay hasn't played this year. All the injuries that happened in week 2, you know, like it's just left and right, dude. Last year, remember, it was Drew Brees that missed, basically the whole year. Like every year it happens. It just so happens that it all happened all at once. It felt like you have you seen what's that thing called? I'm drawing a blank right now. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Okay. It's what is it they call it? Bloody Sunday or the bloody
the Red Wedding.
Red Wedding. That's what it felt like, dude. Like the Red Wedding this past weekend, you know? Like where everybody was going down. Oh, yeah? You know, like everybody was
I'm with you there. I'll give you that. It was a red weekend for us, for all the football fans and fantasy players. Oh, my God, man. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, you know, look at the Cowboys the week before. They were part of all the issues that happened the week before, you know?
I know, man.
I don't believe the Cowboys lost anybody really big this past week, but I know they lost a whole bunch last week and going into last week.
Tyrone Smith did go out with like something's wrong with his neck, so hopefully it's just like a little stinger or something, and then gets past it, and he's back for week 3 because we're definitely going to need him against the Seahawks. So we'll see.
Yep.
One other quick hit before we get out of here, guys. The NFL has fined coaches Pete Carroll, Kyle Shanahan, and Vic Fangio $100,000 each for not wearing their masks during their games. Teams were each fined $250,000, bringing the total in fines to $1.05 million. Between the different teams and the coaches getting fined for not wearing their masks. I mean, we've been telling you forever, guys, since we started this thing. Artie's does his patented sign out and make sure you wash your hands and all that other fun jazz. And you're not listening, and these guys are getting fined hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the NFL is definitely taking this seriously. Do you think anybody else sometime in this coming up weekend, Artie, do you think anybody else pops for the for getting or gets hit with another fine like this? Or do you think they learn after this 1 week?
I mean, you got those thugs that they don't care. They're like, this is a write-off anyways,
Yeah.
type of stuff. So that's all. It's interesting. Like, some people might do it accidentally. They might get fined here and there. But, I mean, that's how baseball was to start, too. They were really ticky-tack, and if you notice, a lot of that stuff hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And, what's interesting? Nobody's popped out with the NFL, as far as I could tell, with, like, a big old breakout of COVID.
Very much so. Yeah, it's been quiet. There's been a couple guys, but it's mostly been non-essential personnel that's popped.
Right.
So hey, keep up what you're doing, and hopefully it stays this way and nobody gets sick. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, man. So I find that very interesting. Yeah.
All right, man. Let's not talk their heads off. They got that for Friday, or Friday's what they they get that for. But let's hear the special, the one and only Artie send off, and then we'll let these guys go with the picks of the week. We'll catch you guys Friday again. Artie, let's send them out of here.
All right. Hey, make sure to wash your hands and wear those masks, and let's be safe out there, mi gente. I'll see you on Friday or Saturday, depending on when you hear it. Take care.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, Artie. Guys, make sure you guys are washing your hands, taking care of yourself. Make sure you guys are following us at the blown_save on Twitter, at the blown save on Instagram. Remember, there's merchandise that is in the bios for the Instagram and the Twitter, so make sure you guys go check that out. Got some new stuff coming out sometime this week, so stay tuned. And then we'll see you guys Friday or Saturday, depending on when you guys do listen to it. We love you guys. Have a great night.